Hi everyone, welcome to my tutorial. Today I'm going to be speaking about something I came across a few months back called Skypack. Essentially, Skypack is a package delivery network. In other words, imagine your most used NPM package, right? You can actually import it now in your client, in your browser, right? Which is pretty cool. So for example, if you wanted to import React or RxJS or anything like that, you can actually do so. So for example, over here it says, okay, well, here we are. By default, you just import this link into your JavaScript and your clients on your ES6 modules on your browser, and there you are, voila. So for example, if it was React, it would be cdn.skypack.dev/React. You can also choose to import different versions as well, so version 10 or anything that is above 10.5 or 10.55 specifically, you can do that. So let's just jump straight into it now. I'm going to quickly grab RxJS as well. So I'm going to copy this into my code. So here we are. I've basically said in my HTML index.html file that I have a div with an ID of app. I have an index.js file, and I've declared it as a module as well, therefore allowing me to utilize ES6 client-side modules. So here we are. I'm going to import React, number one, right? And then I'm also going to import React DOM as well, which is what you need to render your React app as well. So I'm just going to say, okay, React DOM, and there we go. And then I'm now going to say, okay, React DOM dot render React dot create element app component document dot get element by ID called app. And let's just make this look a little neater, alright, by putting this inside here. And there we go. And I'm going to create a function, or let's create an arrow function called app component, which is basically an arrow component. There we are. And we're going to say, okay, React dot create element, right? We're going to create a div element with no key value pairs, with no object, so with a blank object that has key value pairs of events and attributes. And I'll just say hello world. There we go. If I refresh my file, you'll see in here hello world. And if you look in the network, it's imported React DOM. It's imported React and React DOM, and there you are, right? And you've got a few other files as well that come along with it. So if you have many other files that are calling on React or the same number of dependencies, this basically handles them pretty well. So let's have a quick look. So we've got hello world, and if you wanted to use use state, for example, you can do that by just typing use state, use effect as well. And what we're going to do is we're going to quickly just make an Ajax request. Let's tidy this up a little, because I don't really like the idea of having React create element everywhere. So I'll just say, okay, import create element as R, right? That'll make it look a little bit neater, so we don't have to worry about just a whole bunch of just basically trying to save us from having this look all messy and stuff. So here we are. That looks a lot neater. There we go. All right. So now I'm gonna quickly create a state property, and as we already know, for those of us that work with React, use state essentially returns an array that contains that returns two indexes. First index would be the actual name of the basically be the property that you want, so I'll call it users. Second argument will be called set users, right? And that's a callback function that would alter the value of users. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get this to return a pre-tag, that has nothing installed inside here, but it's going to return a JSON stringified indented version of my users, which is what I'm going to show you here. And I need to create a use effect here. And all this is going to essentially do is it's going to fetch data from HTTPS JSON placeholder.type code.com/users, and I want to make it clear that I only want a JSON format. I'm going to say, okay, API users, there you go, set users, API users, there we go, and basically just handle this one in the logs. So what we're going to see is a representation of that data, and voila, there we go. I think it's pretty cool. Like, there's so much that you could do with this. You could, you know, create another file. Like, I could export this and import it. So I could simply just say, okay, well, app.component.js, right? And then I could just simply just say, okay, export const. I want to import this again up in here, and it will actually be handled. All right, there we are. So it's not, again, like I said, the optimized files handles this, so that if in case I have many files that will do the same thing, it doesn't really matter. It will be perfectly fine. And essentially that's it. Like, that's it. Now what I want to do in here now is I want to quite simply just say, okay, I don't need this, right? I want to import from app component.js. I want to import the app component. I'll refresh and take a look. There we go. All working perfectly fine, using client-side modules and also using Skypack to build an application. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and maybe we could try to build something using Skypack, using React, or whichever one it may be, Vue, React, Lit Element, even Mithril.js. Mithril.js is currently a framework I'm currently using for side projects at the moment. I think it's pretty cool. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think. Cheers.